Michael is drafting, we're running up against trying to get this out of this session, is, a report coming in. This is scheduled to go in January of 27. We would get a report on the status of the infrastructure, the number of recycling centers, issues that have come up, whatever we want, but we would get that reported January 26th. That would leave us, if things are really bad, we haven't opened any new recycling centers. You know, they haven't set up, they haven't managed to get their act together anyway. That would allow us to take action. Right.
Instead of hoping that the PRO is formed and well formed and doing all the reasonable things with convenience, see what
We've got some timing structure, but if the pro tem wants it, we can have a token session Monday afternoon.
refer it over.
Because it needs to go to a pros, which I did not realize.
But it would still expand the number of materials and containers that
On
are processed.
27, it would expand.
We double it.
Okay, Senator Brock, what did you have?
27.
Right, so this doesn't change that.
Yeah, the amendment that I have is pretty simple. It goes to the fundamental question I've asked before: what the hell does all this cost? And in particular, what I'm interested in is not just what it costs for the people who are the direct participants, the various organizations involved. What does it cost to the bond consumer? And that's a number that I think is fairly high. I know I've heard Casella give some estimates of it, but again, I don't know where those numbers came from. And so it simply expands section 7 of the bill to ask a couple more questions of the agency to report back to the legislature. One, the cost to consumers of complying with the expanded beverage container redemption system, including transportation costs, compliance costs, carbon impact, and externalities such as lost time. It secondly adds to the paragraph on the impacts of the expanded beverage redemption center on the recycling system. It asks, among other things, the cost to municipal solid waste entities of an expanded beverage container redemption system, including lost revenues from the sale of recyclable material.
I just not, I think we got, I don't think we're gonna do this. You've got one.
Perfect.
I think we're gonna wait and do the bottle bill on Monday, if they wanna move it. Got an 8:30 on Monday, maybe we could meet for. Or they can do a token session in the afternoon and move this over. And if we tell them it's coming, they can start taking testimony.
Go recess until the afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean, it would be token just to move things forward. I know the pro tem has some other job commitments in the afternoon, but he didn't even have to be there. I mean, we'll just open and close, but it'll move forward. Okay, so you've got.
That's basically what it is. It's a cost, it's more of a cost analysis. It requires to do more things, to really figure out what's the total cost of this system. That's what I was at. And I think that's what we all ought to know.
Let me say, I have a collection of the concerns. This gets at one of my biggest ones, which has to do with the true transportation, time, and storage costs for the consumer. So I really like that section that you have this in.
Okay, so if we ask, looks like we've already got that drafted, but to have it included in our drafts.
Senator Brock, I got the latest out side by side. Does it keep all the existing other deliverables in that report and just add to?
And adds to, right, it doesn't take any of the deliverables out that are already there. It's designed to be information.
Should, I'm just wondering if we might check in with
Oh,
the
we want to ask them if they can.
party charged with undertaking the expanded report that is there's any recommendations or a note about feasibility or expense or anything. Expense is no object.
To the chair, talk to the sideline. So I've had the opportunity to look at the amendment briefly, and I think the only recommendation that I have to it is in the section that Senator Brock put in, the cost to the municipal solid waste entities. I'd strike municipal. We're looking at a system that's a blend of both private and public, and we should look at total costs.
Yeah, I agree.
on that.
That makes sense.
That was easy.
But this is frankly, this is what we intended to do with the underlying. I think it provides additional clarity.
I think the one thing that has been missing about all the things that we've talked about though is what is the cost to the consumer?
Sure.
What's the cost? And how, just the total miles, for example, the consumer drive and the carbon they've been, although some obviously use bicycles, those who don't and have to
Sounds right.
haul their bottles around, there's a cost somewhere in there. And there's an environmental impact to that.
Just one, so I'm not disagreeing with you. I think one of the challenges is that there are opportunities to change the way we handle redeemable bottles. And so that the very legitimate concern you're talking about could go away with some answers. And I don't know how to
That's
model
fine. If
that.
there's a way to address that. I think it'd be useful to see.
An earlier version, if we were just talking about handling all recyclable materials, pre-Blue Bit, someone would have calculated the cost of everyone driving around doing all the materials. Then someone said, wait, I could pick them up, and Blue Bits got created. So,
Or you could have, for example, you could green bin it if you had to keep the glass separate for
Right.
quality, but what we heard from Casella is that may not be the issue that we heard somewhere. Now, which is correct, I don't know at this point, but I've heard two very, very conflicting statements
Yeah.
about that.
On the glass.
And that's significant.
So can we agree that those three things are what we'll do? Does Michael O'Grady have your?
Yeah, he's the author.
That's what I figured. So,
what if I email Mr. O'Grady, tell him to add your provisions to what we just discussed, and we'll have one thing to look at.
okay, and we will
But
have
you
an
want
amendment.
to make one change.
That one
And
change.
that is,
Yeah,
instead of the cost of municipal solid waste entities,
I would just say solid waste entities.
solid waste entities.
On line 19.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll send that to
I'm
Michael.
taking
Just
people
tell him
in
to
their word,
finalize
you're
it.
nodding. Are you gonna be a
Okay,
thumbs
and
down?
I'll CC you and say, put mine and yours together.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna CC me and then you want me to send the whole package of yours and mine to Michael to do, or?
He has them both.
yeah, if he
He
has
just
a
needs to
vote,
know to knit them together and we're agreed.
Yeah, we're agreeing to do that.
okay.
And to make-
And I will tell him that in my cover note too.
Okay.
Okay, so we will get all of that done, then we can come in. I would have us in here at 8:30, but I've got another meeting on childcare at 8:30 on Monday. No, 8 o'clock.
I have a cold shower sometimes.
I thought you were getting a tetanus shot.
Is it useful or not? I'm just throwing out the time, 9:45, so before we go to the floor, stop it.
Oh, we are going, I thought we were going to the floor, no, we aren't going till 10. Okay, so let's try coming back here like at 9:30.
Do we have a
9:30.
economic development meeting?
I don't. I mean, on Monday, I haven't got anything planned. I've got other things I'm working, but let's try for like 9:30.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, and that, okay?
I'll double check to make sure it's a 10 month start.
I think you're right. I don't know why I was thinking you started at 9. We should start at
First day
9.
of the week.
Yeah. Okay, so if he's starting at 10, we can meet in here around 9:30. I gotta check and see what time we're doing.
Wait, sorry, which day at 9:30?
Monday.
Monday.
Okay, because economic development, Allison had asked to meet from 9 to 10, I thought, but
we're on the floor at 10.
Right. Scott sent out I might have missed the exact timing, but Scott sent out a calendar invite for 9 to 10 for us for economic
Okay.
development.
I
But
have-
you might talk to Allison. I get the timing is tough. So
Well, we've got to, this is a must-do bill, so.
yeah,
Um,
I don't think we need 9 to 10 fully in economic development. So I don't know if
Okay.
Jill could talk to Scott or something, or I'm happy
okay,
to.
well, if I haven't seen it pop up in my emails,
see it
but my
either.
emails are so dense. Okay, so we'll plan on 9 in there. Tell Allison she's gotta get through it. We'll try.
I'll text her and say.
Yeah, I've got to
9:30.
talk to her something about
Okay.
option and charter changes. So I've got to find her today. But if we
Okay.
do that, I can let her know and we should be able to get this out on Monday.
So Jill will send us invite for here. Correct. A reminder, I don't know what it is. Appointment.
Sure, yeah, I'll do a calendar.
Okay. All right, we're set. We're good. It's 100% better than we were. All right. Have a good weekend. I think the weather might actually be decent for a change. I can't, when was the last time it did rain on me?
Thank you, colleagues.
You don't have to vote for it.